Facebook putting off its IPO until 2012. It buys the company a little bit more time to grow. For more on the story, we bring in Douglas MacMillan. He is the Bloomberg reporter who broke the story. Doug, first of all, congratulations. It's a great scoop. So Facebook putting off its IPO, for people who know the company, maybe it's not so much of a surprise. I mean, the company clearly doesn't need the money. And it seems like everybody else has more vested in Facebook being public than Facebook.
Facebook has put off this occasion a couple times before. Everyone was sort of counting on them doing it this year, but earlier in January, one of the investors in Facebook and board member had said that Facebook would not do it this year. So a lot of people were pushing for a 2011 IPO. Now it looks like they're going to put that off even further. One of the biggest reasons is they don't need the money right now. They have several hundred millions of dollars in funding. That funding is helping their employees and other shareholders cash out their shares, which is one of the main pressures facing a private company these days.
So, Doug, when we say everybody wants them to go public, I mean, who is everybody? It's Wall Street, it's other tech firms that somehow want their existence justified. I mean, who is it?
The biggest contingent is Silicon Valley. There are several very big, very fast-growing private companies these days. Closely held companies like Twitter, Zynga are two prominent examples. LinkedIn is another one. And these companies are all looking to Facebook as a bellwether for the industry. When Facebook goes public, essentially Silicon Valley thinks there's going to be a rush of social media and other small and quick-growing, fast startups in the tech industry going public.
People want to get rich quick, I guess.
That's right. They want to follow in the coattails.
All right. So, Doug, you mentioned some of the reasons why Facebook doesn't want to go public as a company. What about Mark Zuckerberg? I mean, he's had some PR issues. There was the privacy concern. And I would imagine for a relatively green young guy, he doesn't want to have to sign his name every single quarter at the bottom of a 10Q statement, right? I mean, that's a lot of added pressure for somebody who's still getting used to leading.
Sure. It's a 26-year-old. It's a big business to run as a 26-year-old, but there's a lot of added pressure, obviously, to be on Wall Street and to file a quarterly earnings report and so forth. So I think there's an incentive for him to wait and grow time as a manager and a leader of this company. You know, a lot of the people around him, I think, want him to kind of grow and you know, grow into a CEO of the business when it becomes a public company and the time is ready.
Doug, you know this company really well. What are the chances that Facebook never goes public? I know they told you today 2012, but what if in 2012 it becomes 2013 and 2014 and 2015? I mean, do you think that it will just hold its own?
I think chances are very small. I think there's a lot. There's
too much pressure.
There's a lot of pressure, and there's a growing appetite. When I talk to investors and fund managers and people on Wall Street, a lot of people are being more and more convinced that this company is something that they can believe in, that there's a long-term future for this company. So I think the chances are small and diminishing that they're not going to go public.
All right, and what are the chances that Zuckerberg stays in his current role if and when the company goes public?
That's an interesting question. You know, there's a lot of concern about, is he ready to lead a public company? There's a strong number two behind him in Sheryl Sandberg. So that is a question that's up in the air, and we'll have to see.
Doug, thanks so much. Congratulations again on the scoop. Bloomberg News reporter who broke that story. Doug MacMillan joining us there. Facebook putting off its IPO till at least 2012.